And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another movie review. Haven't done one of these in a while, just because we haven't had time to do marathons, but we did have time to do a marathon recently, and so you're getting those reviews now. And that is, of course, Sharknado. We've been talking about doing Sharknado for a while. We ran some polls for older marathons, and Sharknado was in those polls. We finally decided to do it. 6 movie reviews coming to you. And this one is the first one. Now, I remember seeing trailers for Sharknado when it first came out, and it looked pretty good, I thought, at the time. Again, this came out in 2000. This first movie came out in 2013. So I would have been 10 years old at the time. So I didn't know what good movies looked like because all I knew about good movies was Cars. And Cars is an amazing film. But that kind of distorts your perception that every movie is going to be good like Cars, right? So what did I think? Now finally watching it. I got some thoughts. Let's just jump right into it. First off, I want to say this is going to be something that I'm probably going to bring up in every other one of these reviews. The CGI is fucking awful. It's very, very obvious that they just use CGI, like the most basic CGI, and they use like the most basic stock images of sharks and just wiggle them around a little bit. It's bad. It's really bad. I can't stress it enough how bad it is. The water CGI is terrible. It just looks awful, and it's because they're not going to really be able to make it super realistic because this is a very unrealistic scenario. A, sharks don't work together like this. B, sharks can't breathe air, so they would die as soon as they left the water. C, they can't swim through the air. D, yeah. So, there's that. I would say that right off the bat. Obviously, these movies don't care. It's supposed to be unrealistic. That's fine. But the CGI is going to suffer as a result. But even so, they could have done better. They could have done better, and they didn't. This movie also has and this is more so this movie's problem. But there are some very oblivious and dumb characters in this movie. People like that are more worried about, and honestly, it was kind of an awesome realistic perception of the general public when it comes to just getting around town, about just like people being obsessed about the most trivial shit while there's a fucking tsunami full of sharks coming ashore. Like, you got these people throwing a fucking fit about these guys weaving through traffic to get out of the flood. Good thing they die, so they get karma'd. Right? And there's just other stuff like that. Like, people don't... Like, there's a ton of weather reports about this shit happening. There's a ton of warning signs. And nobody gives a fuck. Right? And then I guess it's California. People don't give a fuck. They're going to live their lives, and they're not going to do whatever fuck anybody else says. Unless it's some fucking influencer, like fucking mad at the beer. Oh, mad at the beer tells you to go then so you don't get eaten by sharks. Oh, you do it, but not fucking the weather, man. The bar drunk is the dad from Home Alone, and I found that really funny. Very, very, very poor career turn for him. And I have to say it again. I already talked about the CGI, but they could have at least tried to make it seem like it was a real storm. And again, this gets better as the series continues. There's not much that improves from movie to movie, but this is one of them. But there's so many points here where either it's supposed to be in a storm and there's no rain at all. It's bone dry. No water, no rain, nothing. Or it's rain, like they throw in like the CGI rain or whatever, but it's fucking broad daylight, not a cloud in the sky. You could have at least put clouds up there. Like, how was that not, like, how was that missed in the editing portion of this film? It really pissed me off. How many times, like, okay, you could be still wearing with the sun to cover it out. I know that. But there's not even a cloud in the sky, okay? And the flooding is inaccurate. The only thing that they really got accurate is how unprepared California is for even a drop of water. That is the only part that they got correct. Well, anything related to storms or sharks or any shit in this movie. And then also just some other choices with how they went about the movie. They, like, their idea of this was evil bong levels of bad, where they just, instead of like putting new labels on stuff so that they don't have the same product names as like 7 Up or Coca-Cola or motor oil or anything like that, they just put fucking sticky notes on it. And it doesn't even cover the full logo. Like, there's one point they walk into a convenience store and there's a little pink sticky note covering the 7-Up logo, and you can clearly still see the up part of it. Like, what the fuck are we doing? But you could show Hummer. Hummer's in this fucking movie. How much did Hummer pay to be in this goddamn film? With a nitrous button? Kind of badass, I gotta say. But how much did Hummer pay? And there's also tons of random, and then this is going to be a commonality in all these movies. There's tons of pop culture references. And I think as the series goes on, they just start making parodies of other movies or other pop culture things. Not so much in this movie, but there are a few, including a random ass Wizard of Oz reference out of nowhere. In one scene, when they go to the airplane hangar to catch up with their son, they get there and like they're looking around the plane hangar, and then they find the people that are there, and the people are like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And like, do you not? And they're like, "Do you not see there's a disaster outside?" And like, what are you talking about? Obviously, they're completely oblivious to what's going on, but they're hiding. What are you hiding from if it's not the Sharknado outside? Seems like an easy thing to not oversight. Just saying. And then that's not even getting into the family itself. The family dynamic here is awful. And I like to say that it gets better. It doesn't. The wife is terrible. The wife is terrible. I'm saying it right now. The wife is terrible. And I really thought they were going to kill her off in this movie. Spoiler alert. She doesn't die at all. Through 6 fucking movies, we gotta listen to this woman. The daughter's worse. The son is fine, I guess. He doesn't really have that many lines. Then there's the dad. The dad's pretty cool. Cheats on his wife, but other than that, it's pretty cool. It's a horrible family dynamic, though. I don't even know how, like, the husband and the wife, I don't even know how they fell in love with each other to begin with. I don't. All of that, I can almost completely, thank God I took notes, because otherwise I would have completely forgotten about all of that because of the climax of this movie. And somehow, after watching the other 5, this is the most tame, as it should be, I guess. It's the first movie. But their solution to stopping the tornadoes, other than just running the fuck away and waiting for the tornadoes to evaporate themselves like tornadoes fucking do. But not in this universe, apparently they just chase the main characters around wherever the fuck they go, as you'll find out. So instead, they bomb the tornadoes. What? What are you talking about? And of course it works. Why wouldn't it work? And then probably the most fucked up part of the entire movie. The bartender girl, her name is Nova. And she's been like a pretty well-established character throughout this whole movie. Going in, I thought I wasn't going to like her a lot. But actually, she's actually one of my favorite characters in this entire series. Super badass character. And she's throwing the bombs into the tornado. And then she falls out of the helicopter right into the mouth of a shark. And you're like, what the fuck? They just killed her off? That's what I thought. I thought they just killed her off right then and there. Nope. Nope. Nope, she's alive. Somehow, she doesn't get digested. Somehow, she doesn't get chopped up by the shark. She's in the shark's belly. And then the shark, that same shark, out of millions of other sharks just flying around the sky, happens to also eat the dad, whose name is Finn. Get it? Finn. Shark Fin. Hoo-ha-ha. Of course, that same shark also has to eat Finn whole, not chop him up at all. That shark has to die, land on the ground. They don't fall. Nova and Finn both survive, falling thousands of feet from the sky onto the ground in a shark. And they survive. No cuts, no scratches, just shark guts all over them. This becomes a recurring theme, by the way. Let's get ready. A little wild climax. This movie's not necessarily bad. I was shitting on it a good amount in this review, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily a bad movie. It's not good. It's not a good movie. But it's a fun movie. You know, we got sharks flying around, tornadoes, eating people and flying out of the sky. It's pretty cool. And then of course, they get like, these protagonists, they get like chainsaws and swords and guns and shit. It's pretty fucking awesome. There's a lot of cool action sequences with the Hummer and the chainsaws and all that shit. It's really cool. So I gotta give him credit there. It's not boring. It's not good, but it's not boring. So I gotta say that. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this review. My final score for Sharknado, I'm gonna give it a 5. I can't give it a 6, but I don't want to go lower. I guess I'll give it a 4. We'll give it a 4. 4 out of 10. Anyways, guys, it's going to do it for this review. If you've ever seen Sharknado, I'd like to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. That's going to do it for this video as well, so stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more video game reviews and other awesome stuff. And until next time, see you guys later. Goodbye.